11 Alive News at 6 p.m. starts now.
At this point, all we have is ourselves as a community. So take care of your neighbors because we're in this together and we're going to make it through.
Almost everything in Florida is shut down as Hurricane Ian continues to batter the state. It crashed into the barrier islands outside of Fort Myers just 3 hours ago as a Category 4 storm. Here's a live look at the conditions in Madeira Beach, Florida. This is on the western coast of the state near St. Petersburg. Right now, it's feeling the pain of some of the outer bands of the storm, but could soon feel more severe impacts. Hurricane Ian hit near Fort Myers again just after 3 this afternoon as that Category 4 storm, and it brought with it catastrophic storm surge and wind.
And right now there is also a storm surge warning for the Georgia coastline as well as we prepare for it to move north. Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb has stayed on top of the storm for days and joins us now with the latest track. Chris?
And just because this storm has made landfall, we're not finished tracking it yet. It is not dying out anytime soon. It is over land right now after that landfall just a little while ago. You see Fort Myers right here. Now that center of the storm is over land, so it's lost its fuel source. The water is its fuel source. So now that it's over land, it's going to start weakening just a little bit and continue to weaken as it crosses over the Florida Peninsula. There is that center right now. Orlando is going to be next in line, one of the bigger cities that you would recognize there as it moves over Florida here, and then it's going to emerge back out over water and then impact the Georgia and South Carolina coast as a tropical storm. As I'm widened out here, you can see here some of the clouds that we have to the east of us and all to the south of us. That's part of the flow around this system, and we'll see a few more of those building into our area tomorrow. Here is the track. You can see it losing a little bit of strength, becoming a tropical storm. We're thinking that will happen overnight during the day Thursday, actually, becoming a tropical storm, and then moving back out over water as a tropical storm, curving back and making another landfall at the Georgia, South Carolina coast right here. So there are tropical storm warnings and even a hurricane watch in effect for the Georgia coast and parts of the South Carolina coast. Then continuing to watch those remnants move up through South Carolina. That track moving a little more to the east of us. That means that some of our impacts will actually be a little bit lower into Friday and Saturday. So here's what we're watching right now. We're talking about rainfall amounts on the lower end in West Georgia. 1 to maybe 2 inches through Atlanta and over on the east side. And then in East Georgia, those amounts will be higher at 2 to 4 inches. The wind still breezes 10 to 20 miles an hour at times, some higher gusts. We can see 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. We also still think that the severe weather threat will mainly be over into South Carolina on the right-hand side of the track of that storm. Stay with us. We'll talk more specifics and timing about the Georgia coast and Metro Atlanta's rain and wind risk and timing of that in just a few minutes.